Hello and welcome to the JSPN Podcast. This is a new podcast we're making, which isn't JSPN Radio. So we decided it would be easier to cover a bunch of things in this podcast about football instead of just making separate videos on it. The things we'll be covering today is the U.S. and Ghana friendly, Jesse Gonzalez switching nations, the Gold Cup preview, the Copa Libertadores, and the Copa Sudamericana. So first let's talk about the U.S. and Ghana match. If I can get this to load real quick. Okay. So the U.S. won 2-1. It was a pretty good game. Friendlies are usually boring and nobody watches them. But for the U.S., it was kind of like a really important friendly. And they're really experimenting now. They're not bringing any of their best players. I don't think even for World Cup qualifying because of how close it is between them and Panama. This is a really good performance against the USA, and I think Ghana brought the best team too. So that means whenever the US play Ghana, they are physically and mentally prepared. That's what it looks like. So let's see. The US obviously again went 2-1. I don't want to keep saying that. So the first goal came from Dom Dwyer. It says here Dom Dwyer started off. Okay, I think this goal, Villafana, pretty much set everything up and created the volley for Dom Dwyer. But it says here, Villafana dispossessed the Ghanaian defender on the left and penetrated the air before cutting back to Joe Corona. The midfielder reached back to hit a shot which banked off Villafana as he continued his run before falling to Dwyer, who smashed a left foot volley past Richard Ofori. He's the Ghanaian goalkeeper to tally his first international goal before pulling off an impressive double flip in celebration. So Villafana, Dom Dwyer, he's pretty good, but I credit Villafana a lot with that goal because he really set the play up. He really set the play up and stuff. If you were watching the game, he really started to run and stuff, and that's really impressive for a center back or fullback, basically defender. But I forgot what position he plays. But I just know he plays a defender. And in my opinion, the next two goals were really good. So the second one was crazy. It was a free kick by Kellyn and Costa, and not only did it stay on the ground, it curved around the wall while the ball was on the ground. So maybe he could be a free kick specialist. Because his first... Wait, was that his debut? I don't even know. I think this might have been Acosta and a bunch of other people's debut. But if we see more free kicks like that, then maybe Acosta could play regular for US, and he can even maybe take their free kicks. It was a great. He usually takes free kicks for FC Dallas, but it was such a great, beautiful, fantastic free kick. So that's when USA was winning 2-0. I'm just covering the goals first, by the way. So and then the last goal, which was by Asmo Gian, he scored off a penalty, but and he scored it off in the upper right corner where it said it banked off the crossbar and past Brad Guzan. The call was questionable. They kept tugging on each other and stuff. So, I don't know what I would do, but I think it'd be 50-50, and the refs decided to be harsh on the US here and give got a penalty, but finally Gian doesn't miss a penalty like the 2010 World Cup, which is a sad day. But the other thing I wanted to point out is Brad Guzan's penalty save. I mean, what a save, man. I mean, I'm not much of a fan of Brad Guzan because he didn't play good in the Gold Cup when Tim Howard wasn't there. And I just like Tim Howard way more, and I wouldn't like for Guzan to replace him. I just don't feel comfortable like that. So that's if you ever think I'm like, but if you ever think I hate Brad Guzan, I don't. But I just like Tim Howard just starting over Brad Guzan. I really don't like Brad Guzan being a starter unless maybe Tim Howard retires before Brad Guzan, then maybe, or actually probably, Brad Guzan would be start regularly, at least in like games where, yes, I'm having the B team like in here, and in the Gold Cup, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, this penalty save, it was so good. As for the penalty kick, I think it was necessary to give that penalty. It was a pretty good call by the ref. But let's see. And they're saying that Asamoah Gyan, he took the penalty pretty quick. I mean, like, it's kind of weird. Like, why did you try to take a time on a penalty? But it says people saying like he took the penalty quick. I mean, like all the action happened within 5 minutes. Happened within like 2 minutes after halftime. So, and I stopped watching at the 40th minute. So if I watched just a little more, if I could have stayed there for 5 more minutes to watch that, yeah, just 5, like not even the whole, all the moments and stuff. If I just watched 5 minutes, then maybe I'd see this game pretty cool. But I had to like check it out later. So yeah, the penalty save, it was a low effort, like they're saying, towards the right post. But of course, Brad Guzan stopped it. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have really much else to cover. So yeah, there's also some notes here. Oh yeah, so a bunch of people, well not a bunch of people, but a few people made the debuts today, including Kenny Saif, when he got substituted on for the 71st minute, and he changed his nationality this month. I don't even know. Let me look it up real quick. If that's okay with you. It's a really weird last name. But it says he's also Israeli, so I mean that's really weird. It says he was born in Panama City, Florida, and let's see. Hang on. It says he's just born there. Maybe he moved to Israel. I mean, that doesn't seem like a good place. Well, I mean, maybe it's because like nearby. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't study geography, but don't want to get off topic here. But so yeah, the U.S. won 2-1. It's a pretty good game. I mean, the U.S. obviously. I'm gonna get to the Gold Cup, but they're experimenting a crap ton. So none of the names, on the U.S. will play any of these games. It's just like the B team and like a bunch of players. Maybe there's like a lot of people from the MLS. So I mean, it's kind of like the US having players from the league. Obviously, it's been like the main way for a long time for like having players. But anyway, so yeah, they won 2-1. So after that, After that, we have Hesse Gonzalez. Now, according to ESPNFC.com, obviously we all know that he switched nations, but according to them, they say FIFA rules allow dual nationals to make a one-time switch from this nation that they played at a new team. Wait, sorry. Oh my gosh, that's stupid, Ed. So it says FIFA rules allow dual nationals to make a one-time switch from the nation that they played for at youth level to another nation in which they have citizenship, provided that he has not played a match. So, I think, actually, I don't think that has to do with this, because he was born in Edenton, North Carolina, and he's played for I don't even know if he was in the academy, but he's played for FC Dallas. He hasn't played in Mexico or anything. So yeah, and but at youth level though, he's played for Mexico a lot, and now he's decided to make a switch to the U.S. So that means he can no longer play for Mexico or any other nation, and he's only eligible to play for the USA. I'm pretty sure people are, but okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. But so yeah, they were considering him for the preliminary squad. In fact, they did put him in the squad, but he hasn't even made an appearance for them. So I don't think they'll have time to experiment with him. So I'm pretty sure he won't even play in this World Cup. But maybe in the 2019 Gold Cup or the 2021 Confederations Cup or the 2022 World Cup. Soon that even happens. I can't just assume they won the Gold Cup, because I'm about to but I'll just tell you now that the US or Mexico definitely won't win it. But I'll tell you why after I get this story covered. But I think he made the switch because I don't think he's been comfortable playing for Mexico. I don't think he's comfortable with them. I don't think he fits in with Mexico that much. Because that's what I heard from an MLS podcast, and I kind of agree with that. Maybe he didn't fit in with the team, so maybe he's joining the US, but might even not fit in with this team. There's a lot of young guys, so I can't even tell the future right now. I don't know what I'm saying, but so yeah, that's pretty much it for the story. Nothing else to say. He's only played for FC Dallas in his professional career. But I don't think, maybe he'll play for a World Cup qualifier friendly later in the year, but I definitely don't see him playing in the World Cup or anything like that. Okay, so after that is my preview for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Now, I thought this was a really early, but it's 3 days right now. As of July 5th, it's 3 days before the competition. So I thought, screw it, why not? Because if I procrastinate, wait, then maybe it wouldn't be a good video as good for JSPN. So let's get on to it. The 2017 CONCACAF Gold Cup. It's the it says it's the 14th edition of the Gold Cup, and it's a 24th regional. It's the 24th edition if you count because the Gold Cup, it also used to be World Cup qualifiers, which I think is really, really stupid. Honestly, because Like, that's just stupid. They shouldn't even have it in youth levels anymore. But anyway, though, it's the 14th edition, but it's 24th edition. If you count the CONCACAF Championship, which was a competition that obviously, like I said, was the Gold Cup, but also acted as World Cup qualifiers too. But technically these still are qualifiers for the Confederations Cup, which, I mean, obviously they are, and they should be. So yeah, the US hosts it. Maybe I can go to a game. Actually, I probably won't be able to. But so, I mean, before I cover like all the teams and everything, I'm just gonna like tell you about the competition. Obviously, it's only hosted by the US. Now, I mean, seriously though, I really hope US never host the World Cup again. I'm kidding. I want them to, but maybe in like 20 or 30 or 40, 50 years from now, because honestly, these Americans are stupid. Like, why are we doing it in NFL fields? Look at these fields. These are from the National Football League, people. So yeah, and I think these are from like unheard of. Some of these are from small cities like Tampa. Like cities like Pasadena and Tampa, and Glendale, and Frisco, and Denver, and Cleveland. Like, those cities don't care about soccer. And I mean, I don't even know if FC does play in Arlington where the Dallas Cowboys do, but in Philadelphia, they're playing at Lincoln Financial Field, which isn't even where the Philadelphia Union play. So I think the way U.S. whenever they're a host nation for a tournament, I think they do it really crappy. So if they're to host the World Cup, like for all these competitions anyway, they don't even host it in the biggest cities. Like, where is New York? I mean, it's Harrison, which is in New York, where the New York Red Bulls play. But like, come on. I'd rather have them play at Yankee Stadium than the New York City FC play, but honestly, I'm okay with that though. But I mean, it could be better. And then we have three host cities in California, and not one of them is LA. So basically, why I'm bringing up New York and LA is because New York is the most populated city in the U.S. LA is the second actually. I haven't checked in a few years the population, so I'm assuming that. So, how is there three host cities in California? Pretty sure they're not like that hard for soccer or anything. I mean, I'd rather even do it in Sacramento. Like, they have like a really crappy team, but I guess their fans are passionate. I'd even have it in Sacramento, but to have it in like freaking Philadelphia, Tampa, Santa Clara, it just makes like no sense in my opinion. I don't get that. So anyway, enough with like the host. I really don't hope the US host a World Cup or anything anytime soon, because that is just so stupid. Like, even if we were to, it isn't even in MLS stadiums, they're in like NFL stadiums or even college stadiums. Like, why would you even plan? Why would an MLS team or even an NASL team or USL team play on a college campus? Honestly, like, you should have your own stadium. But clearly, football isn't much in the U.S. despite the sport growing a lot. But anyway, enough with the hosts. So for the draw, the three seeded teams were the U.S., Mexico, and Honduras, which maybe that could have been Costa Rica, but anyway. So, and then next I'm going to cover how every team qualified. So of course, U.S., Mexico, and Canada automatic qualifiers because they're in the North American zone. But I mean, Canada is a crappy team, like obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure there would be some years where they wouldn't even make it, but since they have automatic qualification, it's pretty stupid. But I mean, like, it's just dumb in my opinion that they have a qualification spot. Maybe it could go to a team like Jamaica or Costa Rica or Panama or Honduras. But of course, in different zones. But like, in my opinion, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter at all. It's pretty dumb. But I mean, maybe Canada would have qualified anyway. But so obviously, U.S., Mexico, and Canada are automatically qualified, and they have been for like so many tournaments. But anyway, in the Central America zone, Honduras, Panama, El Salvador, and Costa Rica qualified through the 2017 Copa Centroamericana, which I think that's in Central America. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's a lot of pretty good teams there. But I mean, like Costa Rica, basically, I guess it was like the runners-up, third place and fourth place of the Copa Centroamericana. But Costa Rica, they've been in fourth. Do you expect them to win that? I mean, Costa Rica, I mean, I don't know where they've been lately. It seems like they, in the FIFA Coca-Cola rankings, it seems like, I think they're there now. I mean, I don't think they're even on top of the U.S. anymore. Like, football has definitely been declining in Costa Rica. I mean, because why would you have to get fourth in a competition? That's not good at all. So, like, Costa Rica football there is clearly declining. So yeah, because they had to get fourth in the tournament, not even fifth. But, and then after that is the Caribbean zone, which Curacao, Jamaica, French Guiana, and Martinique all qualified through the 2017 Caribbean Cup, which was a tournament for the CONCACAF teams in the Caribbean zone. So, yeah. Curacao won it. Jamaica got runners-up. French Guiana got third place, and Martinique got fourth place. But fun fact, French Guiana and Martinique aren't even members, and they yet got third and fourth. I mean, I'm pretty sure their performance could have even been better than Costa Rica, and French Guiana and Martinique aren't even members of FIFA. Yeah, as it says down here. I just memorized that, but I'm just checking it down here for proof. Because it's like the site I'm reading on. And then the last team, obviously if all those teams were to qualify, it would be 11 teams. But there's a playoff between the two teams, between like the 5th place of the 2017 Caribbean Cup and the 5th place of the 2017 Copa Centroamericana. Like the 5th place for both competitions played each other, and whoever won that went to the Gold Cup. Now Nicaragua won, but let me check here. They beat Haiti 4-3. Oh wow, Haiti aren't even in the Gold Cup. Wow, I mean, like I just like don't realize that teams like Haiti and Guatemala and Guadalupe, they're just like not as good anymore. Like how did they not qualify for the Gold Cup? I mean, Guadalupe, they're pretty bad, but still, that's crazy. Nicaragua qualified over Haiti, even though they both would usually qualify, but 4-3 in favor of Nicaragua. They beat Haiti. The first leg, Haiti was winning 3-1. So in the first leg was 3-1, and they had a chance of, they were winning 3-1, and all they had to do was not concede 3 goals in order for it to, or not even concede 2 goals. Like, can you do that at least? Or even concede 3 goals at least. Well, I mean, actually, never mind, 2 goals. But they did concede 3 goals in the second leg, Haiti. So that's how Nicaragua gonna do. I mean, Nicaragua obviously won CONCACAF football. So yeah, that's talked about the hosts, how every team qualified. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about like doing this at first, but I wasn't even thinking about that at first, but so yeah, now let's get into the group stage. The groups have been when was the draw? If you can tell me. Okay, I guess I'm telling you when the draw was. But in Group A is Honduras, Costa Rica, French Guiana, and Canada. In Group B is the US, the host nation, Panama, Martinique, the non-FIFA members, and Nicaragua. And then in Group C is Mexico, El Salvador, Curacao, and Jamaica. Yeah, those are the 12 teams. Those are all the groups they're in. But yeah, and then so yeah, but before I cover the groups and stuff and what I think about every team, I definitely want to tell you about the squads. I mean, because of this, the squads make me think that Panama or Honduras or Panama, Honduras, Jamaica, or Costa Rica will win it. Definitely not US or Mexico with the squads he sent, and obviously Costa Rica has been declining under Oscar Ramirez. He now coaches them. But so what I want to talk about mainly that will without a doubt impact this Gold Cup. I mean, because maybe even Canada could win it, honestly. And you know how garbage they are. They had to have an easy semifinal opponent and go through and exit the group stage and go into the semifinals off a coin toss. A coin toss, man. Yeah, I know. South Korea in 2000. But so even Canada could win it, but with their usual luck. Okay, but anyway, so let's do the US. Let me talk about the US squad and the Mexico squad first. They're like really bad. So first we'll start with the US. They're kind of like Germany in the Confederations Cup. They brought none of their best players. So they don't even have Jordan Morris. Wow. So actually they do. No. Like that's probably the best player besides Bilafana or anyway, my point is they don't have Dempsey or Pulisic or Michael Bradley or Tim Howard. They don't have any of those guys. So it might impact their chances of winning. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about the goalkeepers first. Again, how I talked about how Jesse Gonzalez, who was only selected to the preliminary squad, which is something I didn't tell you. But they're probably not going to play him in a while, maybe at the end of the year, in like a friendly or World Cup qualifier. That's if they secure World Cup qualification. So I'll start with the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers are Brad Guzan, Sean Johnson, and Bill Hamid, because these 3 goalkeepers on every team. And I'll tell you what I think about that. So basically, okay, so one thing I have to get out of the way first is that the US is obviously experimenting. They want to see like who's good enough for the Gold Cup. So that's why they don't have any of their best players. I meant the World Cup, not the Gold Cup. They're experimenting who will be good enough to go to the World Cup representing the USA, or at least be on the reserves. But yeah, that's why they're experimenting. That's why they have no names that stand out. Well, actually, they brought Matt Beasley, but Okay, Matt Beasley, he's decent. Okay, why am I talking about that? But anyway, the goalkeepers is Brad Guzan, Sean Johnson, and Bill Hamid. Now, the thing that's crazy is that, if they're experimenting, like, why do you have Brad Guzan? He's like the usual backup, but like, there's a chance, like, Bruce Arena might even think, like, that Brad Guzan might not even be good enough to play in the World Cup, which I think is crazy because he's good. He just went to Atlanta United from Middlesbrough, so but he definitely has Premier League experience more than Tim Howard, even though I still think Tim Howard's better. But Brad Guzan, like, it may seem I dislike him, but I don't know why he's here at the Gold Cup. Maybe they could have brought Jesse Gonzalez or maybe even Nick Rimando, but obviously Nick Rimando has been way worse. The Real Salt Lake are doing way worse. He's played really crappy, so he hasn't played in a while for them. So obviously Nick Rimando isn't likely to be into any competition soon. But Brad Guzan, though, that's crazy. Like, there isn't guaranteed Brad Guzan will ever make it to the World Cup. He's pretty good. Like, there's also a lot of young goalkeepers, but maybe he was like someone. Maybe he's like maybe they brought him because maybe he can make the team better. Maybe he can like captain them. I don't even know if he's a captain. I'm just assuming that. Maybe he can like push the team, like help out like all the young guys we have here. I don't know if they're all young. Okay. Oh wait, there's the age. See him, which is 32, 27, 20, 21, 30, 25, 23, 20. Okay. There's a few guys here that seem pretty young. But maybe Brad Guzan, they probably brought him just to like make the team better, have someone good in the team. So they won't be so bad where they don't even get past the group stage, or even lose in the semifinals. They did and got fourth place, which is their worst performance since 2000, which happened in 2015. But yeah, and maybe they just brought him for the team to be a little better. And then the other two goalkeepers, let's see, Bill Hamid, he's played for DC United, and in my opinion, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the MLS. I think he's really good. So I think he might be a future goalkeeper at the USA. And he's only had 2 appearances so far at 26 years old. But maybe he'll be a future regular star for the US once Guzan and Howard retire, but maybe. And then the third goalkeeper is Sean Johnson. I'm a Chicago Fire fan, and I even went to Orlando City game to wave to him, but I guess that felt like a long time ago. Like I waved to him, like physically said hi, but well not said hi, but I just like said hello. I waved to him. Okay, what? Okay, obviously know that. But anyway, I missed him in the Chicago Fire. He didn't see good towards the end of the season, and he's played for them when the Chicago Fire were garbage for the 2 years bottom of the league. If they had a promotion relegation system, then the Fire would be one of the worst MLS teams ever. Well, maybe not, but they're bottom of the league for 2 years straight, but this year has been an extreme turnaround. Way bigger than last year. But anyway, though, Sean Johnson, he didn't get sold to the New York City. Fun fact, I think he went to he was on Atlanta United for a few days, believe it or not, and then he got sold to and then he got sold to New York City FC, where he is doing way better. I mean, not way better. I mean, I don't want to insult him because like he's playing somewhat better than he did at the Fire, but like my point is he's doing better and he's doing good, and despite him leaving us, I mean, he'd still be pretty good and exciting to see as a goalkeeper. I mean, maybe I'd want to see him start after Tim Hardenberg is on retire, because I'm getting so old, and I could just tell my kids, and I could just say to people that I said hi to him. So anyway, those are the goalkeepers. I think I talked about them for a little longer thought, but Omar Gonzalez. Wait. It says he plays for Pachuca. That's weird. But wait, does he? Wait. No. I was thinking of another Omar. But anyway, Omar Gonzalez, he is a pretty good defender, experienced in my opinion. Plays for Pachuca, has 40 caps. But I mean, maybe like there's some pretty good defenders here that play for the national team, but like maybe if they play, maybe Bruce Arena isn't trusting in them, and if they play bad, and other defenders might start for them regularly. But Marie Gonzalez and Villafania, they are really, really good players. Gonzalez has 40 caps, while Villafania only has 7. But Villafania, he was like a great part of FC Dallas last year when they won the Supporters Shield, which is the best record, and also the US Open Cup. And he was a great part in the double. So yeah, obviously he's a really experienced defender. He really set up Dom Duarte. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the Dom Duarte goal in the Ghana friendly was like completely Villafania, but he definitely played a part in it. He's a really good. My point is that he's a great defender. I love him a lot, even though he's only had 7 appearances for the national team. And I think him and Omar Gonzalez are pretty experienced and they're pretty good. I mean, I really like them, and I think they'll be great in this Gold Cup. And then, they're actually being 6 defenders. That was just 4. But after that is Matt Miazga. I've never really heard of him playing for the US. He's only 21, and he's a young prospect for Chelsea, who has won the league this year. Because obviously they're learning acting. No, maybe they should make me won that. But anyway, he's like really young. Maybe Bruce Arena wants to see how he'll do for Maybe he wants to see how he'll do because he's like really young and pretty good for Chelsea. Despite not getting played all the time. I mean, obviously he doesn't. I don't know. But anyway, though, and then after Matt Miazga, I mean, I don't really have much to say about. We have Matt Beasley, who I really like. He plays for Sporting Kansas City, and he can play really. He's really rough, physical at times. Maybe he could be a wingback if Maybe he could be a wingback if any manager he plays in wants to make him a wingback, but I don't know. But I think he's a great, strong, physical, tough defender, Matt Beasley. He also seems experienced as he has 40 appearances for the national team. So yeah, I think he's also really good. He's one of the best players on Sporting Kansas City, in my opinion. And then the last 3 defenders, Graham Zusi, he's always been like pretty great for He's always been like pretty good for the national team, but like maybe they're gonna play like really young defenders because Matt Hedges, he's only 27, and Matt Miazga, he's only 21. I mean, they're really good, and they're probably not trusting Villafania, Gonzalez, Beasler, or Granzizi much, so they might have really young defenders in the future. They might be a really young team with Tim Howard and Braguzan retiring soon, and also Christian Pulisic, who might be the greatest American ever, but I mean that's pretty too early to tell. So yeah, and then obviously Granzizi, and then the last one is Matt Hedges. He plays for FC Dallas. I mean, I don't know much about him. He's only made 3 appearances for the team, so maybe he won't play as much as all. But, so yeah, that's for the defenders. Oh, yeah. There's actually to bring 8 defenders because there's 2 more that I didn't see. Eric Lish. How do you pronounce that? Is that even an American name? Eric Lish Edge. It's Lichag. Well, I don't know, probably butchered his pronouncing, but he plays for Nottingham Forest, and he's 28. He's made 11 appearances, but I mean, maybe I've heard about him a few times, but not that much. He's 28. Maybe he can be pretty good for the national team. And then the last defender is Jason Morrow. He obviously plays for Toronto FC, and he's only made 1 appearance, so maybe like these defenders on the US, they have like a lot of pressure because if they play bad, then like they have a few guys like Justin Morrow, Matt Hedges, Matt Miazga to like take their place the second they play bad. So I did the goalkeepers and defenders. Forwards, Dom Dwyer. Let me talk about Dom Dwyer for a sec. Like, he made his debut versus Ghana, and I think like maybe he can, like he seemed like a Clint Dempsey or Pulisic or Landon Donovan in that game. Like he's only played 1 game so far, obviously versus Ghana on July 4th, but he was outstanding in that game, seriously though, and it was just so satisfying to see him like go through everybody. I mean, seriously though, I really love what I'm seeing from him. But yeah, I was so impressed by Dom Dwyer in that first game he played for them. Right, and he's 26 too, so maybe he's definitely hasn't played much for them. So maybe he can be something. Like I might get a jersey, well, maybe not, because there's a bunch of other guys who want to get a jersey for. Okay, I'm just talking about jerseys now. But anyway, though, after that is Aguadillo. He's made 23 appearances. It's really weird. Maybe I haven't seen him much. But Aguadillo. Is it Aguadillo? I don't know. Plays for the New England Revolution, and I think they've been really sloppy lately. I mean, they had a lot of luck in that DC9 game in the US Open Cup, but I mean they've been pretty sloppy in the last few games, especially versus the Fire, where they had I think they had 2 or 3 open goal misses. I swear. Maybe if I'm exaggerating, maybe if I'm like completely exaggerating, then maybe I had 1 or 2. But yeah. Like a few open goal misses, an awful performance by him and Kai Kamara, and do I not seriously not remember the other guy who played? Are you serious? How did I not remember his name? Seriously, it's like at the top of my head, but like I just can't remember his name right now. He's like. He's blonde and he plays up top for the Revolution, but I clearly forgot his name, so yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. Sorry I forgot his name, but it doesn't matter that much. So yeah, Agudelo, I don't think he will play much. I just don't like his style. So in my opinion, he won't play that much. I mean, not because I don't like his style, but I just don't see him as like someone who would play for the national team. And then we have Jordan Morris. He plays up front for Seattle. He's had 16 appearances and 2 goals. That seems decent. But I mean, he's obviously behind Clint Dempsey and all them, so maybe he won't play much. But yeah. So other forwards. Wait, was that? Okay. Wait, I guess they're bringing 3 forwards then. Not. I guess they're playing way more focus on defenders because they don't seem comfortable in that aspect. Maybe I'd send less defenders, but I guess if they really want to send 8 defenders, then maybe they will. But except for that, take a sip of my water. But anyway, though, covered the forwards, and then I don't know, I skipped the midfielders. Killian Rowe, he seems really young, but I mean, yeah. See, I don't know. I really don't know about him or how he'll do. Same with Kenny Saiev. It's S-A-I-E-F. I don't know how the heck you pronounce that. But he also made it. Well, wait, did Rowe make his debut versus Ghana? Well, maybe he did. But Kenny Saiev, I'm just gonna call him that. He's had 1 appearance too. Maybe they both debuted. I don't remember. But I think a few people debuted versus Ghana. I really don't know about them. As for GSC Zardes, he's played a lot and he didn't look that promising. I mean, he's played pretty crappy at times, but other times he's played really good. Maybe he'll be like Jesse Altidore, but he'll do pretty good. And then Joe Corona, he plays for Tijuana and Liga MX, obviously in Mexico. So he gets up playing Mexico, so I shouldn't be thinking he's playing a special league. But he's made 18 appearances and scored 2 goals. I think maybe he'll play. And then Hunter Bedoya, he's had 61 appearances for the national team and he's only scored 2. Wait. It says 61 appearances and only 2 goals. Wait. Yeah, it says 61 appearances and 2 goals. Oh my gosh, how did I not know this? I clearly haven't focused on the national team lately because, I mean, it's like averaging a goal every 30 games. It's like probably averaging, so seems like really bad. I mean, I didn't know that. You just spin there in Gold Cup games. So yeah. And then Dax McCarty, I really like him. He joined my fire a bench with the same as well as so many other great players, legends I'll call them. He joined the fire, but maybe not legends, but like Dax McCarty, he's pretty experienced, but he's only had 7 appearances, something I didn't know. Dax McCarty, he's played really good for them, so I think. But for the Fire, I'm not sure. He sometimes plays as fullback or CDM or midfielder. He's like all over the place, so I don't know what he'll play for the U.S. But it says he's a midfielder here, so.
Victor Alot sent me a message.
So maybe like, I don't know. They're having all these defenders, so that's probably why they want Dax McCarty to play at midfielder. And also, they sent some promising guys like Killian Rowe. I didn't see anything about him, but, okay, why am I saying Killian? Whatever, so I think Dax McCarty's really good. Okay, and then let's see, Christian Roldan. He's played pretty good for the Seattle Sounders, but he's never played a game for the U.S., which he's the only guy on here who hasn't played a game for the U.S. And I have no idea how he'll play for the U.S., but yeah. He was like a pretty good guy on Seattle Sounders, but again, I have no idea how he'll do for the USA. So let's see. Then Paul Arriola, he's pretty good for Tijuana, but he's only had 6 appearances and let's see, he scored 2 goals. That's pretty decent. Then, okay. So I'm pretty sure I covered everyone. Well, it's 50 minutes. Okay, I'm spending way too much time in the US. I'm spending way too much time in the US roster, but let's go to the Mexico. Like, they've also had sent a really bad team. Well, I mean, I don't know about the US. Now that I actually look at it, they're pretty decent. But Mexico, though, they have, let's see. Let's look at the goalkeepers. Obviously, no Ochoa. Wait, Fraga, man. I've never heard of him. I've never heard of Fraga. Okay, it says he's a goalkeeper for Atlas, a club in Mexico, in the Liga MX or Liga MX, whatever you want to call it. And Munoz. He plays for Puebla, another team in Liga MX. But he's made 17 appearances. It's kind of funny because I've never heard of him. I mean, I've watched all the Confederations Cup games. And I follow I'm a big international fan and I followed a lot of games. But there's some guys here who I'm not familiar with who played a lot or looked like. Well, actually, he's only played 17. I mean, that's a lot though. But maybe it's just friendlies. But anyway, though, 17 appearances. I did not know about him. And then the last goalkeeper is Jose de. Well, obviously it's Corona. Oh wow, he's a goalkeeper for Cruz Azul too. I actually like that club because my nana used to live in Mexico and she liked that club. So that's my favorite team from Mexico. But he's made 42 appearances. Oh wait, I think he's the second or third string, so that's maybe why. But I just didn't know he had that much. Maybe I'm thinking he had a little. And one thing I just noticed is that every guy on Mexico plays in Liga MX except for Eric Torres, who he's only made 4 appearances and scored a goal. And in my opinion, maybe Eric Torres can be something really special for Mexico because he's been so good lately. Not even just lately, for the second quarter of the MLS season, he's played so well for the Houston Dynamo, and maybe he can carry Mexico to new heights. Eric Gutierrez, oh wow, he's also playing. He's also in the Gold Cup. Pineda, he sometimes plays. Then I don't know who Alvarez is. He's only made 1 appearance and plays for Club America. Molina, he's decent. Pereira, he's only made 1 appearance. I really don't know who he is. And then Luis Rodriguez, he's also made 1 appearance. Pereira plays for Guadalajara, Chivas, and Luis Rodriguez plays for Tigres. So, I mean, it looks like there's oh my gosh, actually there is. Oh my god. So there's wait, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 guys in the squad that have never played for Mexico. That's crazy. And there's also 4 guys that have only played 1 game. So holy crap, this looks like a really new team for Mexico, except for obviously Gutierrez. It seems like he plays a lot, but he's only had 2 appearances. And Pineda has only had 6. Damn. Oh my gosh, this is a really young team. Bergen, Cesar Montes, Headgard, Edgardo Marvin, I know Pizarro, but he's only had 6 appearances. Jorge Hernandez, he's only had 1. Raul Lopez, Carlorda, Sepulveda, Duenes, Rice, Mayorga. This is a really young team, it looks like. I'm really surprised of how young. Holy crap, this team is so young. It's not young, but it's like so new. I don't even know. I can only name like 3 of these guys. Seriously, I don't know barely. I know barely anyone on this team. It's so crazy. Wow, though. Most of these guys. There's only 5 guys that have played under 6 games. So there's only 1 guy that has played 6. Well, actually 2. Maybe. Yeah, there's 2 guys that have only played 6, and there's only 5 guys that played it over 6. And by over 6, I mean way over 6. That's crazy though. This team is insanely young. This is a really, really new team, honestly. I can only name a few guys. That's how new this team is. And this isn't even the team that a bunch of when Mexico, they said they put kind of a B team, but they didn't. But I don't even know any of these guys. And they didn't even send any of them to the Confederations Cup. Not even as reserves or substitutes or anything. It's really, really crazy. So this Mexico team is ridiculously new. Oh my gosh. I've seen the names and stuff, but now that I actually look at their appearances and stuff, that's really crazy. Okay, so I just wanted to mention the U.S. and Mexico squads because of how new they are. U.S. it's a little experienced, but so yeah, and then but Canada though, I'll just review every squad. I don't know, pretty much nobody in Canada except for no, I don't know anyone. Well, actually, I know Jonathan Osorio, who plays for Toronto FC. But they're talking about Kyle Larin joining the team, but I don't know they're doing. Canada freaking sucks, so obviously you'd want your best team. So why didn't they put Larin in? Makes no sense. But obviously, I found out today that a few weeks ago something happened with him, so he couldn't play 3 games for Orlando. I don't remember the incident, but he couldn't play 3 games for Orlando, but I'm pretty sure that would not have impacted the call-up for Kyler and Spagno, but I'm pretty sure that would not have impacted the call. Canada don't know what Octavio Zambrano's doing. He's their manager. See, that's crazy, bro. Seriously. For French Guiana, I don't know any of these guys. And it looks like they have 2 managers. Marie Rose Karim, but with the air thing over the E, and Jar Karan with the 2 dots over the I. Yeah, I really don't know this team, seriously. I don't know anybody in this team, but a lot of these guys, they play for France or a French Guianan team. Obviously France is in the name. But, I don't know that much people play for France. But there's a guy who plays for PST B team, and some guy who plays for Guingamp's B team, and there's also a guy who plays for Guingamp, and another guy who plays for Rennes. But I don't know anybody on that team. And then on Costa Rica, I'm not familiar with much people on Costa Rica. Yeah, they have Brian Ruiz. He's pretty good. Let's see. I'm just down here. Anybody else? I might know David Gisman, but probably not. Here. Oviedo, I think he's decent. Oh, he plays for Sunderland. It's one of the worst Premier League seasons ever. But I mean, they actually were decent for a last place team, actually, because they won like a crap ton of games towards the end of the season, and they're doing awful all year. But anyway, that's what I really know about like the Costa Rican team. So yeah. Honduras though, let's see. Wait, let me see. Wow, I don't know anyone here. It's so crazy. I mean, I don't know who these are just sitting, but most of them play for Honduras. One play for America. One plays for and then this guy Anthony Lozano. He plays for the Barcelona B team. Of course, this one that plays in China and one that plays in Mexico, but it's a little weird. So let's see. So we have. So I don't know much people on Honduras or Costa Rica or no one on French Guiana, Canada, but okay, let's look at Panama now. I mean, seriously, I don't know any of these guys. Maybe I'm not watching, but obviously I'll know no one on Martinique, except for one guy who plays on Legia Warsaw. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they're decent because they play on Legia Warsaw, and one that plays for Seattle Sounders, but Nicaragua though, like, I don't know any of these guys. There's something wrong with me though. Then let's see El Salvador. Nobody. Nobody. Jamaica. Nobody. Okay, I guess that's everyone for the squads. It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. It's really weird. Okay, so we're done. We are now done with the Gold Cup and all that. So basically, the last thing we're covering is the Copa Libertadores and Copa Sudamericana in this podcast. So this is July 5th right now, and like it's almost midnight, but all the games just ended. So Gremio beat Godoy Cruz 1-0. River Plate beat Guarani 2-0. Santos beat Atletico PR 3-2. And Jorge Wilstermann beat Atletico Mineiro 1-0. And Barcelona SC, which I think is in Colombia, beat Palmeiras 1-0. So I think if I refresh these, I think, did they update? Yeah, so I don't know if any of these were upsets. Gremio won the first one, and their third seed, so that was expected. Barcelona won, which was, oh wow, Barcelona beat Palmeiras. So Barcelona are the 12th seed, and Palmeiras are the 5th seed. So that's pretty crazy. I think that's the only upset though, because Santos beat Atletico Paranaense, and Santos is 6th seed, while Atletico is 13th seed, and then Jorge Wilstermann beat Atletico Mineiro 1-0, and they're the 15th seed. Wow. Wait, the 15th seed beat the first seed. What an upset. That is crazy though. Wow, it looks like there might be a few upsets today. Well, actually all of it ended, and then last but not least, River Plate beat Guarani 2-0. River Plate with the 4th seed, while Guarani were the 10th. So I mean, this is seriously crazy though. Gremio was able to get that away goal, but it's still somewhat tight between Godoy Cruz and Gremio. And as for Barcelona and Palmeiras, Palmeiras didn't get an away goal, so Barcelona have somewhat of an advantage going into the second leg, as they're also away too. So if they tie or do anything worse, then that means that Barcelona is going. If Palmeiras tie or do anything worse, then Barcelona go through. And then Santos beat Atletico Paranaense in a really close game, but Santos got those 3 away goals, so they're probably gonna go through. So yeah, and then Jorge Wilstermann, what an upset! And Atletico Mineiro was away, so they got no away goals. However, it was only by 1 goal, so I'm assuming Atletico Mineiro will come back from this 1-0 from as they're trailing 1-0. And then for the last game, I'd expect River Plate to win. Not that unexpected. And River Plate got 2 away goals, so it's not looking likely for Guarani to go through. So yeah, that is the Copa Libertadores. And as for the Copa Sudamericana, which is like the Europa League of the CONMEBOL, Fluminense beat Universidad Católica 4-0, and then wow, Flamengo beat Palestino 5-2. What a action-packed game, or 7-goal thriller, whatever you want to call it. So now that I refreshed it, let's see. So I'm pretty sure this is in the round of. I'm pretty sure it's in the round of 32 right now. As for the Sudamericana, so I don't know if you could call it. No, I'm pretty sure it's my qualifier. I mean, because the first and second stage, they're part of the competition, and I guess qualifying for, because like World Cup qualifying isn't part of a World Cup. So yeah, let's see. for the upcoming fixtures, though, Sport Recife are going to play Arsenal tomorrow, and I think that's it. Okay, but for the Copa Libertadores tomorrow, let's see. Okay, we got the. So the strongest will be playing Lanús. So the strongest are the 14th seed and Lanús are the second, which obviously Lanús will probably win unless you're Jorge Wilson. Might be upsets. Might be a bunch of upsets in Bolivia. I mean, one already happened. Even though the second leg hasn't happened yet. So yeah, Lanús will play strongest. Nacional will play Botafogo. Botafogo is 7th seed in Nacional, which is Club Nacional de Football. They're the only Uruguayan club remaining. So and they're the 16th seed too. We play Botafogo. No, it's Botafogo. They're the 7th seed, and then Emelec plays San Lorenzo, which I mean, it's really close. It's one of the closest seedings, so there's one of the biggest dramas in the draw, which was held on June 14th, according to that. And Emelec are 7th seed, San Lorenzo are 8th seed, and I think, all on these 3 games will be tomorrow for the Copa Libertadores, and Sport Recife play Arsenal Sarandi on July 6th for the Copa Sudamericana. So, yeah, I covered everything I wanted to. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you want more podcasts like this or if you just want regular videos. I thought it would be a little easier today. I'm not being lazy or anything, but I just thought, I wanted to express my thoughts in a more chill fashion and stuff, so this is the JSPN Podcast, and see you later.